Welcome back to America Decides. Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego and Republican Kari Lake are battling for a pretty significant Senate seat in Arizona. Early voting is underway there. Elizabeth Campbell and Kris Van Cleave join us now from Apache Junction, Arizona. Great to see you both. Kris, you talked to Kari Lake today. What'd you have to say?
Well, she was starting her Get Out the Vote bus tour today, and she's been encouraging her voters to vote early, which is a bit of a notable change from when she was running for governor 2 years ago, when she talked about perhaps the need to limit mail-in and early voting. She talked about wanting to have an election day, not an election season. This time the message has changed, which is get out the vote early. That perhaps is a lesson learned from 2022. She feels very confident. If you look at most of the polls, they show her behind. She says she doesn't buy that. She believes her internal polling that says she's ahead, and that she, in her mind, she says she's listening to Arizona voters like the folks who assembled around her today. Take a listen.
We're just really encouraging voters to show up at some of the voting sites, and then I'm going to show up with them and have a chance to talk with them, because as you can see, we have the greatest people here in Arizona. And so we're doing a lot of this everywhere I go. I was in Mesa last night, my last stop of the day, and we were talking about getting out the vote, the importance of getting that ballot turned in.
You know, and her message is secure the border. Hitting Democrats on inflation, the fact that it's gotten much more expensive to live in Arizona, to buy a home in Arizona. And she's trying to paint her opponent as an extremist, not somebody who is down the middle or moderate, as some of the ads, she says, might portray him, but in reality, a far more progressive candidate than perhaps she thinks her voters would support.
Elizabeth, I want to talk to you about an adventure you had on Monday to the Grand Canyon. Why did you go there, and what did you find?
Well, indeed, we went on about an 8-mile hike with candidate Gallego. He was there to try to turn out the vote, which is the game pretty much every politician is playing this late in the game. He was specifically targeting the 22 Indian tribes that they have here in Arizona, and he was hiking to the Havasupai tribe to try to turn out the 150 voters he had there. Take a listen to what he told me about why it was important to be there.
While it's important, obviously, to listen to them when they come visit you in D.C. or in Phoenix, it's also important for you to go to their land so they could actually see what they're talking about when they tell you that, you know, water is important, the challenges they have. You know, if you actually physically can see it, I think it actually makes you a better, representative of them.
And we had lots of time to chat on that very long hike down the canyon. He said his main goal now is to invite as many voters as he can, this wide tent, to cross over and come vote for him, the Democratic Party.
Kris, I want to start with you, then have Elizabeth answer the same question. So the data coming out of Arizona shows Harris, Trump, close, but Trump slightly leading, and Lake a bit farther behind Gallego. What is the sense campaigns have about what appears to be kind of a disconnect there?
Well, certainly you have the Lake campaign, which is rejecting any poll they haven't done. But when you look
That's
at
harmful,
the polls,
though. That can be harmful to your political health.
Fundamentally, I asked her, in fact, today, if you believe the polls, you're the underdog here, which is in some ways hard to believe, because Kari Lake is probably the better known in Arizona of the two. She was one of the top news anchors in the Phoenix market for decades. So everybody knows Kari Lake. Of course, she ran for governor here. So one of the challenges may be that there's already a lot of baked-in thoughts. You like Kari Lake, you don't like Kari Lake, but you certainly know who she is, whereas you have her opponent is somebody who, while well-known in Arizona, may not be known by everybody in the way that Lake was, where she was in people's living rooms for decades.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, and I think we were talking as well. Yeah, that Ruben Gallego, he is really trying to do the person-to-person politics. His whole plan is to get out there to meet the voters. He's going all across the state. And his thinking is that that is what's going to help him maintain this lead in kind of all of the polling we've been seeing recently. He did say he trusted some of the polling, not just from his campaign, but of course he's leading in all those polls, so that probably helps him out. His plan is just to kind of keep doing that. He's really targeting minority voters, like we talked about this adventure down to that tribe in the Grand Canyon. He's also done a lot of votes targeting Latino voters. I asked him about how Harris could potentially do the same on the ticket, and he says that person-to-person connection is really what he's going to focus on and keep doing in these last few days.
Our thanks to Elizabeth Campbell and Kris Van Cleave. We appreciate it.